Hey, man.
What?
Welcome to the real world. I can show you the world.
And then?
And you'll be in a world of legendary moments will be captured. So stand up, scream, and make sure the boys feel you.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh yeah, there's my bitch.
Remember, the ball must travel 10 yards. It's loose. Mud Dogs football.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm looking for my bitch. I'm looking. But it ain't over there, because that's my guy, Primetime Phil. That ain't my bitch. My bitch is going to be somebody in the chat, but we'll get to him later. Phil, what's going on, my man? How are you? I can't hear you, Philly. Unmute, because I told you to mute.
Yeah, my
Like a
bad.
dick.
Like I don't want
he's
to. I don't
my
want to hear
bitch.
your voice. Yeah, I don't want to hear your voice during the intro. Like, I don't want people
I
associating
screwed
it
up
with
again.
you. Yeah, well, I didn't unmute either, so it's been a couple of weeks since I've done this broadcasting thing. But here I am, and we had Loyal Cowboy pop it in, and looks like Rob
He'll be back.
is in here.
Yeah, I feel the need to talk shit. So anyway, what's going on, everybody? Phil, how you been, brother? How you doing?
I've been crazy busy with work. I think that's kind of distracted me in the sense of not having to worry about any kind of NFL. By the time I know it, because I've been trying to get a little bit healthier for my littlest brother's wedding, and I saw that the NBA draft was tonight. And I'm like, wow, this stuff
8
just
o'clock,
sneaks up
baby.
on you.
I got it on. What are we doing,
Yeah.
Rob? Rob, you're a Sixer fan. What are we doing? Are we keeping 16? Are we trading out? Like, what's going on tonight?
I think we keep him.
Yeah, I want
I think so.
that long wing out of Colorado, but he might be gone, so we'll see. Let's get to the chat real quick, and then we'll circle back. We got JoJo's in the house, Brad Harris, of course, James Nooks, a.k.a. Loyal Cowboy, who was in here, then backed out, like Thomas Garrett. Arturo, what's up, brother? You need to get yourself a camera and hop on in here. Mark Hutchton,
Arturo.
Alina, what's up, Alina? Bernard Taylor, Eagle fan.
Arturo says, "Primetime Phil, you need to get some chains around your neck to look gangsta."
Yeah,
Like, I'm
he's
Peter
gangster.
Fool.
Look at him.
I'm
He's
Peter
going to
Fool.
the gym. He's looking ripped and thin. Look at him. Looking good.
Try to get up there. Yeah, as soon as that wedding's over, I'm like,
Yeah. I lose weight so I could eat more.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's
new member.
kinda
Get
where it's
ready. Dak Choke. Oh, shout out to Bernard Taylor. I appreciate you, my man, even though you're talking shit. East Side, what up? You feel good about all those UFL players Dallas had? No, I don't think we signed any more. But the two that we got, I like. We talked about it last week. We got Robin here, Arturo Primetime. You need some. Okay.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about, the chains.
You a cool dude, Game Time. I'm a fan. Oh, thanks, Bernard. I appreciate you. Blue Virus, what's going on? Rob A, what's up, brother? How are you?
Doing good, man. How about you?
I'm doing okay. It's like It was a hot ass day. I don't know how it was in Colorado. Phil's always used to the heat. I went out and visited Phil last year, but it was a 101 heat index, 102 heat index here. As you tell by my tan here, I'm like golden. I'm like the George Hamilton over here. But yeah, it was a hot one, man. It was very hot. So how's it there?
Yeah, same. It's hot. Nice. We just got some rain that just came through about 30 minutes ago, much needed.
Yeah.
We haven't had it for like over a week, so
Yeah, we're getting rain
always
tonight.
welcome that.
It's
yeah.
funny because my sister-in-law, after my father-in-law passed away, my mother-in-law's in a facility about 5 miles from my house. She's loaded up her car where my wife took her to the local Philly airport. She rented a vehicle going back to her house in Colorado, or the place where she rents in Colorado. So I think she's there now. So she was a long drive for her, but she had the 2 dogs but yeah, man. So, well, what do you guys want to talk about tonight? I have some stuff here. Phil, I haven't talked to you in a week. So, what do you
I haven't been
think?
doing any broadcast on mine. I kind of just taken the back seat.
Listen, man. I have your channel up here. Anybody watching it now or after, anybody that's going to rewatch it, this is my partner, Primetime Phil. We plan on killing it. He's a master, and I'm just a loudmouth. But we are doing great things together.
It's a TV show waiting to happen.
Sub up on him, please. If anybody watching Primetime,
I appreciate it.
Just watch his opening and closing. I use that on my broadcast here. This is all Phil. This ain't me. I'm bare bones. But yeah, please sub up to him. I just saw where the judge dismissed all charges against Dak Prescott in the case, which was dismissed and then refiled in another county. I know it's Dallas. Not a big deal, but it seems like Rob and Phil, it seems like when there's an allegation, it's headlines, right? Everybody, Dak, or whoever. And like when they're acquitted or the charges are dropped, it gets swept under the carpet, Phil, what do you think about that? Are you happy for Dak, obviously?
I'm happy in the sense that he can continue with his, being a dad. I think that, you don't, if stuff happens, obviously you want that stuff to come to light. I'm not trying to put him under any kind of thing where saying he's the exception or anything like that, because, if there's something going on, it's definitely shouldn't be investigated and everything. But at the same time, they got these big, huge marks on their back. And again, he just had a baby and stuff. So I think if it's not football, it's, football second. I think the whole family should be coming first, and that can be a big distraction. Even if you say it's not, it can be a huge distraction, because if you're thinking about it for more than a minute or so, then trust me, it's at least it's going to be dragging upon you. And then think about your teammates in the sense of having to talk about those answers, like how many times they're going to be asked it over and over again. Jerry Jones, so it's just they just love to flog a dead horse when it comes to this subjects and stuff. But you are very correct when it says when things are cleared, they just don't like to bring that up. There's not news. That's not news to bring that up. Why would you?
Yeah, I know. Rob, your opinion?
Thomas Garrett.
What's up, my man? Rob, what's your opinion on that? That they click, the mainstream media wants to shit on whoever it is. It just happens to be Dak right now, where they're shitting on him. Yet he's acquitted, and I don't really hear a lot. You know what I mean? Or the charge is dismissed. We all know what it was.
Well, the good news doesn't bring ratings. I mean, it just really kind of doesn't, unless it's controversial. I mean, people really don't tune in.
Isn't that sad,
I'm glad.
though? Isn't that sad?
Very, very sad. Very, very cynical for sure. But that's just what it is. So bringing of course, the bad news that. Even our linebacker with his OnlyFans issue and
Mark
with Dak
ran with
and all
that.
that.
I didn't even make him video of it. To me, it wasn't worth it. But whatever.
Right,
To each his own.
exactly. Yeah, and I recall Linda, who's in the chat as well.
Yeah, Linda's
mentioned
very knowledgeable.
Yeah, and she mentioned to Mark, I was actually on that call, not on the call itself, but just viewing it.
Right.
And I know Linda, advised him, hey, karma, watch out for karma,
exactly,
because you don't know if it's going to turn around and bite you guys.
But you're going to start a YouTube channel eventually, shortly, whatever. But you got to decide. Yeah, that's one thing you got to decide. Like Thomas Garrett, he has a YouTube channel of his, and he just basically sticks to his workouts. And dude, he's killing it. But you got to decide early on, like what you want to be. I mean, do you want to be that guy who? And hey, listen, I'm not looking down on anybody. I can't look down on people that are killing it. Everybody has to do like go down their own path. I'm just not going to do that. Again,
And much respect to you on that, man. Much respect. To me, I'd like to keep it football related.
well,
as
that's
Phil,
how. Listen,
brought up.
it gets frustrating,
Let's talk
dude.
football.
and you're going to see it, Rob. It gets frustrating because you think that you're doing a great video, and Phil will tell you the same thing, and it does.
Oh God, yeah.
Nothing. You put.
And then you're like,
Rob.
a
I'm
terrible
talking.
video.
You putting in the work. You're doing and you seem like you're doing like Phil as far as computers. You're doing the work. You're doing graphics. You're doing. Oh my God, this is gonna hit, and nothing. And then the ones where. This is hysterical, Rob. Like, there are sometimes I'll leave my house in the morning. I'm like, people want to see my morning video to work, but I have nothing to talk about. And one of the biggest videos I've done going to work was just me thinking out loud, and you'll get better at that as you go. It had like 1,800 views. I'm like, shit, that just tells you, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Don't stop.
Absolutely.
Don't get discouraged because shit happens. It's weird. YouTube is one weird beast. Omar Fuentes, what's up, brother? Dakota, big time. Choker. Here we go. They're in the house already. Hey, Phil, if anybody can bring up the chat and see something worthwhile talking about, please bring it up because I start talking and I don't always notice. But I see we got Troy Troy was in the
Troy
house.
just was here. He did
Thomas,
the Cowboy thing.
Larry, what's up, Larry? You get the hat right,
How's it
bro?
going? Yes, I did. I have it. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
No, listen, man, you're the man. Larry Woods also has a channel. You can only pin one at a time. I'll put his up a little later. There's Troy. He's coming back. He had a comb his hair. What's up, Thomas? You looking jacked tonight, bro.
Arturo says, yeah. He says, hey, Thomas Garrett, pumping some iron. Look at that chest, brother.
Yeah, my man is raw. I got to go hang out with Thomas, man. But I know Thomas is dieting properly. That's the difference between me and Thomas. Thomas is probably dieting just right, whereas not me, man. I'm Italian. I like to eat.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I like to eat. I like to eat too. Now, don't get it wrong.
Yeah, but look at you, man.
I love to eat too, but I don't overdo it.
Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Yesterday was a different story. Don't get it wrong. Yesterday was a different story. My birthday was yesterday.
Yeah, you got to cheat a little bit on your birthday.
Yeah.
Well, I brought it up now that everybody's here. I mean, what do you guys think about? I want to hear from Larry. I want to hear from Thomas. I want to hear from Troy. What do you think about Dak has been cleared of all doing? They dropped the judge dropped the case. Well, let's be honest, people. Let me just give clarity to what was going on. Dak was at a strip joint. A stripper was outside in his car. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. So that said stripper then 3 years later decided to file charges against Dak
All
Prescott.
I can say is no matter what a stripper tells you, there is no sex in the champagne room, okay? None.
Come on now, a little lap dance here and
Chris
there.
Rock, come on. Like
I know nothing.
Chris Rock has told you.
Yeah. Anyway, let's start with Thomas. We'll go to Larry, and then we'll go to Troy Daniels. Not that Troy cares. Thomas, what do you think? Are you? It's funny how we don't hear nothing. It's not breaking news, right? That he got acquitted.
So today he was acquitted, right?
Yes. Well, he was. The charges were dropped. It never went. It never went nowhere.
So I just have only 2 words to say about that, and then I'm just give what's on my chest and let's throw it out there. 2 words I just gotta say. Dak, he was acquitted. 2 words. Move on.
Move on.
Go.
Exactly.
Yeah. You got your freak on with that. You got your freak on with that stripper at the strip club and all of that. Hey, you got a good woman.
A service is rendered, and next thing you know, 3 years later, there's issues. I don't know. What do you think, Larry? Right? Yeah, it's funny how it's all quiet, right? You don't hear shit about it.
You don't.
Yeah, it's
My thing is Dak got a good woman now.
Sanchez.
Go. Move on. Move on from this. You know what you got to do. You need to go ahead on, get ready for this year. Move on, get ready for this year, and try to lead us to the Super Bowl. That's all I just got to say about that. Yep. If anybody was to approach you and say anything about what just happened with this little strip thing, just say, hey, F it. I'm done with it. I got to handle my business.
Well said, man. Well said.
All right. Well, for as what I would like to say about it is kind of like what Thomas said, like you say, move on. But for me, looking at it, and like you heard all about it when it all broke out, but now you don't hear anything about it. It's not like a breaking news thing because all they wanted was just the drama, basically.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me. It's just crazy. So yeah, that was for me. Like I said, like Thomas said, I'm just gonna say, move on, focus.
Yeah,
on
listen,
the game.
guys. I mean, I felt the need to bring it up because most of us. Listen,
because he likes talking about Dak. We all know that.
No, listen, it's fine, man. It's headlines when Dak is shit on. Listen, I've been pretty fair with everybody where I'm good either way with Dak. I would much rather keep him and win with him. But if we move on, as long as we have a good plan, I'll be the judge of that. But I mean, then that's fine too. So I'm not locked into anybody. Troy Daniels, just a quick. I mean, what do you think, bro? I mean, don't you think that it's like it's a good thing that it's over and behind him, you know? And surprise, surprise.
Yeah,
we're not hearing about it.
Exactly. Yeah, he needs to put it behind him,
Yeah, I'm glad for Dak. It's one less thing he has to worry about, really.
Yeah, and now he needs to concentrate on the preseason and getting in condition and working with his receiving core and his running backs and his offensive line. Just it's funny how many high profile people get sued for stupid little things that may or may not have happened.
Yeah, listen, it seems like nowadays, I don't want to get political because that's a slippery slope, but it seems like the people with money are targets. It's like winning the lottery. Let's put it that way. The odds of you meeting a gentleman or a woman, whatever, that is multi-millionaire, and it's like winning the lottery. And you have to be, as a pro athlete, you need to be careful. Like I chose not to do a video over that stupid linebacker thing with the Eagles where he left. Rob knows more about the story. I didn't even watch Mark's video about it because I felt dirty, just like profiting from that. It just was one of those deals. Some people can do it. That's on them. But you have to watch yourself, man. You have to watch. If you're a pro athlete, you got to watch the people that are your friends and the people you don't know that come up to you. You don't know that they don't have a game plan already lined out for you. So,
right.
Well, look at what happened with Michael Irvin all those years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Same
thing.
Randall
Walker, what's up, bro?
Hey,
went out and got in trouble.
JoJo says, game time. I sent you an email in reference to
I
the
just got
prize.
back to her. Thank you, JoJo.
Okay, good.
Brad Harris is now the winner of the Dak Prescott plaque. I can get more made up, people. If you guys like this, I know, I can get more. I'll see what Mark's going to charge me, and I'll let everybody know how bad he's raking me over the coat. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, you can slap the wood. Yep.
Yeah. I do have just real quick, and I'll let you finish your thoughts, Roy. We're $15 away from our next drawing. I do have this. It's a little dark. It's one of Mark's early artworks. It's
Charles Haley?
It's Charles Haley. It's Charles Haley with the 5 Super Bowls. But when you see it in person, it's kind of dark. But just remember, it's kind of an abstract thing. The further away it is, the nicer it is.
If you cross your eyes, it's
Yeah.
like you
So that is available for giveaway.
I got one of
I got-
those.
can, I see a boat.
I got a couple of marks. In fact, I
Okay.
got his very first ever attempt at doing a
I got
wood carving.
I got mine that I'm going to hold on to. It's when we went to the Star. That's why when Phil comes to Dallas, I was trying to get him maybe to go a day earlier. We can spend the day at the Star. I think, and maybe get a tour. I think he would love it. But,
take some pictures.
Yeah. But yeah, I
haven't been
pictures.
there yet.
Yeah, it's awesome. Twiz, game time. You excited about Metcalf? Don't know if you're a Flyers fan as well. Of course, I'm a Flyers fan. Loyal. You know that, Twiz. I just like the Cowboys. I know it's a weird thing, bro. I'll have to do more research on that. I haven't watched a lot of Flyers as of late, Twiz, so I need to get back on. They seem to be doing a little better.
I've got to get up to speed on hockey now that we have a pro team here.
Clemente wants the Mean Machine jersey. Come
I
on.
was gonna say that.
Well, like my son, he bought me, I don't know, Phil would know more than I would know. He bought me this, I don't know why he spent so much money on me, but for Father's Day, he bought me like this lighting setup. You put them on the wall behind me. They're all LED bullshit. But
He's
I'm
like, you look terrible, Dad. You need to get some color up in
yeah,
there, man.
probably. But anyway, let's see. I don't want to. Oh yeah, I read that. George, DC for life. I noticed my Cowboys fans needs to stop talking negative about our players. We get enough from other people and teams.
You're always gonna have that.
We
You're
start
always
to
gonna have it.
sound-
Don't
yeah.
you know that one person in your life? It doesn't matter what you're talking about. There, you could go into a restaurant and like, this is dirty, or they'll go, this is the lights are low, they're too low, or something like that. There's just always something negative coming out of their mouth. I mean, if you have and I know Rob's going to roll his eyes here a little bit, but if you have America's team, there's a certain percentage of people that in America that you could always feel embarrassed about. So yeah, that's that part.
Why are you talking about the Patriots like that?
No. They like to claim that, but
I mean,
I
it's
know.
been a while, so I could understand the fan base's frustration with all the players.
What's up, Wade? What's up, man?
What's up?
What do you want to talk about tonight? Because we got a nice amount of people in here, and I welcome anybody that wants to join. I really do. I told everybody how to do it. Yeah, I know Bang Bang Media's team. It's right. They like to shit on us too, Bang Bang. It's a double-edged sword.
yeah.
Somebody had a birthday yesterday.
I know,
on here.
Thomas Garrett. We got him.
Garrett.
Happy belated birthday, brother.
Chris
Yeah,
May.
now he's like, what? He's made 56 rotations.
I wish for a bigger chest, and then I got it. So
Chris May's in the hopper. $2 super chat. What's up, Chris?
What's going on, Joe?
You all right? Are you there, bro?
I was having internet problems. I had to shut my whole thing down.
I had cat problems. I couldn't get on here quick enough.
We had our internet go out Sunday, so I couldn't get back on to get, with Mark in his Zoom call, and it was like, "Urgh."
Yeah, I was having some internet issues too during the Sunday live stream, but whatever.
Hey Troy,
The
the only thing that you missed on that rest of that call was Dak.
Yeah, I figured it was all Dak.
I think
The
it was
easiest way to get
Drew.
your internet back up is to unplug everything for a minute and then plug it back in.
Yep.
No, there was an outage.
Hard reset.
Oh yeah, was
Yeah.
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was an outage. It was out until like 8:00 that evening.
What's going on, Brad
my
Harris?
time.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat.
Now
Yeah.
you see our team. They didn't do much this offseason, so if we don't go that far, I'm definitely not going to put it on Dak this year. But we're definitely going to be relying heavy on Dak to drag us somewhere.
Yeah, I think
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think we're relying on a lot of people. The real fan won. When do you all think Mike McCarthy should have been fired? If any of you actually want him fired, go ahead. I don't care who comments. Go ahead.
Well, it's like this. I mean, if you look at his stats, what he's done, he probably is the third best Cowboys coach in and including Bill Parcells. Now, Bill Parcells, had Jerry Jones not pissed him off, yeah, he probably would have had us in
What's
like
up,
2 or
Lou?
3 Super Bowls. But he walked out. But besides that, Jimmy Johnson and Tom Landry, who else can say they had the success that Mike McCarthy had? Clapper sure as hell didn't.
Agreed.
You know, I always think if Parcells would have stayed another 4 years, what would have happened?
Oh yeah, but the whole reason he left was because Jerry Jones wanted TL and he didn't.
No, I heard. Well, if you have you watched Bill Parcells' A Football Life, he talks about that. He said he was burned out.
Yeah, he couldn't do another season.
I wouldn't want to deal with T.O.'s drama.
He was on the plane. He was on the plane ride back, and he said, "You got to do it over." And he was just thinking, he's like, "I can't do another off season. I can't do another draft. I can't do another training camp. I can't do it."
I do remember that, Wade. And listen, I don't care. It ain't like Brian
Another
Broaddus.
Jerry sticking my nose in everybody's business too.
Yeah, it's not like Brian Broaddus is a god, but Brian Broaddus, I think Bill was he was long in the tooth, man. And the Parcells, once you lose it, you lose it. You know what I mean? Like in order to be an NFL head coach, you got to be all in. That's what was McCarthy's. And listen, he's won 12 games in 3 straight years. McCarthy has had that. Rodgers came out and ripped him because he wasn't there as much as, and that's Aaron Rodgers, so.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm good. Go ahead, bro.
I was just going to say McCarthy could do so much more, but he doesn't get the support from his peers. Catboy, Jerry Jones.
Exactly.
They don't want to do nothing. They want him to say, they just look at him and say, "This is what we're going to give you. Fix it." They don't want to do nothing.
You guys ever see the press conferences when they're having the press conferences? How Jerry and Catboy are right there beside him, and he's sitting there like this. The body language tells you it all, man.
Well, you can see the strings if you look at the right angle.
I can see the irritation.
You can see the puppet strings.
And from an outside person, everybody in here is a Dallas fan other than Rob. So, Rob, from your perspective, what do you think when we talk about fire? I mean, and be honest. I mean, I know you'll be honest. You're just not an Eagle fan who wants us to get rid of McCarthy, because McCarthy is good. But honestly, what do you think about us being upset about the Green Bay game, some of us wanting blood? Do you think that was wrong and we should just take a breath, or what?
It's just the competitive nature of all of us just having high expectations for our teams, so, once you lose and you lose like that, similar to how Philly lost or down in Tampa Bay, first thing I thought is Sirianni should be gone. I mean, my initial thought was get rid of them all, get rid of Sirianni, our offensive coordinator, or defense, just get rid of all of them. And I thought similar when Green Bay beat you guys just in similar fashion.
I was thinking the same thing, Robert. I thought Jerry was going to blow it up after that. I really did.
I agree.
But why didn't he then? If they're treating him the way they are now, then what? I mean, what's the purpose of keeping him and everybody else on 1 year?
Brad?
What is he trying to accomplish? I don't.
If I can answer that from the outside looking in, I just think he's cheap and he just didn't want to pay the remaining of his contract. I think he just and let him go. Like, I think he wanted to keep him around. Like, hey, I'm paying him for another year. Let's just keep them around. Let's just see this experiment. Let's put all their feet to the fire and see what happens. And I think that's why no one signed yet. I think, and I think that's the wrong way of doing it. But I initially thought that our coach was going to be fired. I thought your coach would have been fired as well. I thought Dan would have been promoted to your head coach before him going to Washington. That's how I kind of saw it playing out after watching that Green Bay game.
And I just don't see what they see in Trey Lance. I really don't. I mean, he hasn't played a full year.
Well, that's a whole other subject. Hold on. Let me jump on McCarthy real quick. When I see McCarthy, 12-win seasons.
Thanks,
it's
Brad.
just the only thing I don't like about McCarthy is clock management. I mean, to me, that's the big one. I love the culture that he's brought. I mean, you can't when you look at the coaches that are possibility coming in, are any of them really going to stand up to Jerry and them? No. I mean, McCarthy's probably the closest one. I mean, they say something like, oh, so-and-so went to the store. He'll turn around an hour later and go, yeah, he didn't go to the store. I mean, he'll say that stuff. So it's like, if anybody's going to counter some of the stuff that he does, it's unfortunately McCarthy. It'd be different if he had like 4 wins and 12 something like that. But I think when you have a coach like Tom, what's his name from the Steelers?
Mike Tomlin. Yeah.
Mike Tomlin. I mean, that dude's, how long has he been in there? And you can't tell me, 12 wins every single season.
Well, that's what the Steelers do, though. You notice they've only had 3 coaches in their whole entire franchise.
But why? You don't got the fans bitching and moaning about, let's fire so-and-so. They can see what's wrong within the team.
But they give them enough in Pittsburgh to keep them around because they've had Super Bowl success.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they get him just enough to to keep him around. I mean,
I think you just need a coach. Like, okay, there's certain coaches like that are on the job type of training. For example, Jason Garrett, Kellen Moore, those type of guys that unfortunately were coming in and they're like, okay, let's see if you can just do the position, and that's how it happened. And so they needed to have somebody established and give that person a 10-year gap, not hey, let's give the veteran 3 years and we'll give this no name dude like 12. Like, it doesn't make any sense that way.
I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
But Trey Lance, yeah, if you want to go around with Trey Lance, loyal.
So my thing is, that was probably a Stephen Jones. I had Stephen Jones written all over it, because what has Trey Lance done? Okay, he was a #1 draft. He got hurt. He fell off. After that, the second year around, he didn't even beat Sam Darnold out of preseason. He was a third-string quarterback, and Stephen Jones probably said, "Oh, well, we can get him on the cheap." But trying to build around him is a mistake, because I don't think he's that good. I just don't see anything in him that really makes me think he's going to be a good quarterback.
I hear in the offseason there's some stuff there that you can question. I haven't seen him lead. Like, I haven't seen him beyond our offense. Let's be real. I can hear I can hear what everybody's saying in the background. Hey, let's go forward with him. He was a top, at least a first round draft pick. I mean, at least they saw potential there. That's where I can see. Okay, you're going to throw something together. Yes, I'm with Loyal. I don't see a lot of success there, but then again, how many young guys can you throw that aren't already on a roster and people are committing to, that are going to be leftovers that you can at least feel comfortable in some way? Like when you look at San Francisco and the way they are successful, Sam Darnold, is he going to be successful there? That was the big question in that offense. Shanahan's not going to go in there and go, okay, man, let's work together. It's either you run his offense or you can't run his offense. And Lance, unfortunately, to our point of view, he couldn't run that offense.
And I'm looking at Glimmerman's remark here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, let me get to the super chat, and then you can get to Glimmerman. Dirty Sanchez, you're in the hopper, my man. It would be real funny if we went to the NFC Championship game and swept the Eagles with all the UFL players starting. That's funny. I agree with you. It would be. It would be surprising to me, too, because we haven't done shit, Dirty Sanchez. So, hey, I don't know. But then again, look at the Phillies. I use this as a marker. Any Philly fans that are watching this, we haven't done shit. Everybody, said, "Oh my God, you guys haven't done nothing. You missed out on the Japanese player." And what are they doing now? They're leading the MLB for the most part in best record. Anyway, prime time or Loyal, go ahead, bro.
So what I was saying was, in Jerry Jones and Catboy's mind, they think they won because they're thinking, well, we did get a first round pick, but he's first round pick when he came out, but he's not the same. He got hurt. He was never the same.
West Virginia country boy. Well, we give up a draft pick for a solid one tech. I would love it, West Virginia. $2 super chat. You're in the hopper.
I would throw in Jerry Jones with it. There you go.
Oh, and Catboy.
Well, to me, it's a red flag. I mean, if Shanahan couldn't, bring out the potential in him, and then they, give him away for a 4, to me, that was a red flag from the get-go. Like and to your point, Loyal Cowboy, you said the value, it's cheap. Let's bring him in. It's a cheaper option, and that's where I think is the fallback of the Joneses is they're cheap. They don't want to spend the money for talent.
Hell, I'd rather if we're going to let Dak walk and the Rams are going to get rid of Stafford, I'd rather give Stafford a chance than Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, guaranteed, definitely.
Well,
that'd be a way better price. It'd be cheaper than Dak,
funny.
but still.
I'm not going to accuse Mark of this. I love Mark. He's the OG. But I was just saying in passing, and that was me just looking at the landscape. If Dallas does not sign Dak going into this year, he ain't coming back, right? So I was just looking at the landscape saying, well, who might Dallas look at? And then I brought up David Carr. Not that I want David Carr, but I like Matt Stafford way better than David Carr. That's just me personally. I love Matt Stafford. He's a Texas boy.
Mark
you know,
Hudson.
so
Just because,
right? Just because, Mark Hutchin, you are in. You're the man, Mark. Mark is such a supporter of the channel. I appreciate you, Mark Hutchin. Thank you. So, anyway, go ahead. Somebody get to the chat while I write this out.
Okay, so he says he uses Lance to pressure Dak.
yeah. That's basically
Glimmerman,
it.
I don't
That's-
think Lance he couldn't hold Dak's jockstrap.
Well, I think that's why when they figured out what he couldn't do, kind of like in that camp, I think that's when they had to like, oh yeah, well Dak's our first priority. It's just like, oh yeah, that wasn't what you were saying 2 weeks ago, man. Like it's like you were thinking about CeeDee Lamb and that whole thing. Oh, we're waiting for Justin Jefferson's contract, and then now, yeah, they turn, and I think that's what it was. They just saw Lance in there, and I mean, I think he's okay as a backup. I don't have a problem with him as a backup. You need to kind of switch a pace, something happened. You know, I like it, but again, is Cooper Rush a better backup right now?
Yes.
Let's be real. Like,
yes,
you know, I haven't seen anything from
he
him.
has experience in the regular season. I mean,
yeah, you're right.
Trey Lance, he went out week
be a
1.
better
got hurt.
option than Trey Lance.
Yeah, let's go around the horn here. Let's start with Phil, and then we'll go right around. So, who's the better option, Phil? Is it Lance or is it Cooper Rush?
As of right now, if I had to pick my backup, I would put Cooper Rush because I know what he can do. Yeah, unfortunately, but you know that would be if I had to choose it right now. I got to see some preseason games. It may change, but as of right now, at least Cooper Rush knows the offense.
I agree. I seen Rush up close when he played Philly
Lou.
2 years ago. And you know, so I would go with Rush. I mean, he's more proven. He took care of the ball for the most part for the time he was in there. So Rush for sure.
Thomas Garrett.
Well, as of right now, I got to go with Cooper Rush. You know, all this stuff about Trey Lance threw 275 yard.
Now my question to you, Thomas, is this: that's us speaking in reality and facts, but speaking money and contracts. You know, they just gave him what, $5 million. Trey Lance, you know they're going to push Trey Lance. You know that, but I don't know how. I'll jump in.
I ain't thinking about them damn old ass clowns down there.
All right, Rob.
Smoke.
Thanks, bro.
I'm not thinking about them clowns down in Highland Park. And yeah, I know where you live.
I'll give Troy a minute while he pounds spaghetti. Chris May. Go ahead, buddy. Or Troy. Go ahead, Troy.
I don't think it really matters, because you're losing all three of them after this year. This is all their last years. So it's like,
I think just like any position, they bring one guy back. There's always one guy that comes back. It may not be who we think it is, but they always bring at least one of those guys back.
Yeah, if you're not going to pay Dak $60 million and you're going to let Trey Lance walk, just keep Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush. That's exactly what they'll do. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, how much you think he would sign for?
David Cowboy.
$5 million, maybe.
Yeah, maybe 4 or 5. Yeah.
Oh, here, just real quick before you guys go any further, I got 4 super chats. I got to put in the hopper from the other day. I got Sighton.
David Cowboy, Dak's contract fund.
Yeah. I got
Nice.
2 for Sighton Trops, 1 for Wade, and 1 for an Eagle fan. I hope he don't win, but Sanjay. So they're all going in the hopper.
Yeah,
I
Blue
forgot
Riders, we're with
to
you, man.
throw him in
that
there.
wouldn't be our plan going forward. He would just be there to help teach the new guy, you know.
Thanks,
I kind of
David
hope we do
Cowboy.
sign
Thanks, brother.
Dak. That's my hope.
I'm happy either way. I think that's the thing is like I'm happy because like I would love to have Dak. I want that as their future.
Rob
you know,
Venter's
yes.
like, just let him go already.
But if we let him go, I like the possibility of having some money there.
Me and Phil have been vocal about that, and I would say Wade that I'm not opposed to it, but just know people, if we go away from Dak, it's literally you're risking 6, 7 wins. Just, I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
I agree. Very agreeable.
That's just kind of how I feel. Just so it's one of those deals. You're risking that where that gives you a shot, and we're all holding our hope. And I would think Wade included. He's hoping that. I think it's not a talent thing. I think it's a mental thing, and that may be part of his talent, right? Maybe, But again, I don't want to go down this road because I have a lot of Eagle subscribers, and I appreciate you. But we keep hearing, well, Jalen, he's been in the league 4 years. He's only played really for the most part of 3.5 years. He's made it to a Super Bowl. Okay, he's got 2 playoff wins, a home against the Giants, home against the 49ers where they knocked out Purdy. He's played unbelievable in the Super Bowl, so I can't sit here and crap on Jalen. But there's one thing that everybody seems to be forgetting. He ran a RPO offense that suited him perfectly, and I think Jalen's could have a gold jacket if he would just be locked into an RPO system. I don't know if he can stay healthy for his whole career, but that's his best opportunity to make it and be great. So I don't know about Kellen Moore in Philly, but we'll see. We shall see. Blue Virus, F the Eagles. Nice. Welcome to the show, bro. The real
I just
fan
wonder
one.
with Jalen, though. Yeah, I mean, is that leg really healthy?
I'm sure it is, Troy. It was banged up, but I keep hearing about MVPs for Lamar. Lamar has a 2-4 playoff record. I mean,
Yeah.
But
let
Philly,
after spring training who will be QB2. Thank you so much, Mark Hutchinson.
But
Thank you, bro.
the Eagles, they've always liked running quarterbacks, though. That's just how they are. Other than Nick Foles, who they think about Randall Cunningham, he was a running quarterback. Michael Vick was a running quarterback.
I loved watching Randall.
I mean,
he was great.
And I think that Hurts will be all right, but as soon as teams start figuring him out, just the same like Lamar Jackson, stuff like that, then that might be, I mean, they got a good line, so I don't know. I mean, I know back in the day they didn't have a good line.
I was going to say, I don't know if you heard what Big Sills told Mark in Philly. I agree with Cilio that only pocket passing quarterbacks stand the test of time in the NFL. Like running quarterbacks can't survive. They're eventually going to break down, and if you can't pass, if you can't be a drop back quarterback, you're not going to make it.
Well, Dak had to change himself up because remember before he got hurt, he used to run all the time.
A little bit more. He was,
But now he's kind of forced to be a passing quarterback now, and I don't blame him after the injury he had.
I mean, you can't run around in the NFL being a quarterback. These dudes, when they hit you, they're gonna break you.
Yeah, I would say. You're right, Wade.
I'm sorry, Isaac. I forgot about McNabb. Yeah, McNabb was on that list.
Look, what list was that?
About Eagles having the history of running quarterbacks.
Yeah, and McNabb won a hell of a lot of playoff games. I'm sorry. I got news for you. If I'm rating Eagles quarterbacks, I got McNabb over Hurts now. McNabb did it for a long period of time. I mean, you can say whatever you want about Donovan McNabb. He was a hell of a quarterback. Up until he came to AT&T and started strumming the guitar and he got railroaded at AT&T. He was, all kidding aside, he's a great quarterback. So
Glimmerman Dak, he didn't run more than 370 yards. He was more of a red zone threat. I mean, he ran a lot in the red zone. That was where Dak ran.
You must be talking about Michael Vick. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Say Twiz, what was nice about McNabb, and we got to give him his credit, he was throwing to nobodies. So when everybody talks about Dak doesn't have any talent, just remember who McNabb was throwing the ball to. James Thrash and Todd Pinkston. Think about that, people. Think about that.
Had a better defense, though, too.
They did, but they had Brian Dawkins. I get it. But, I mean, that's his offense.
Defensive guys, man.
I mean, I think that we make a lot of excuses for Dak Prescott. That's all I'm trying to say.
I had to agree with Philly, when he's talking to Mark. I mean, look, I'm sorry. I disagree with Mark. Our teams have been stacked the last 3 years. I'm not saying they're, the greatest teams in Cowboys history. But dude, you don't go 12-5 3 years in a row and you got a sorry team. We had players all over the place.
Yeah, we had all-stars. Yep. Agree.
And
Every position
coaching.
had a star in it at least.
What's up, Marcus Blackman Sr.? Not sure what was the issue last season, but Jalen Hurts' body language is a little bit off. Yeah, Marcus, what they're saying now is they want him to smile more.
Yeah.
That's what's going on in Philly. Literally today, please smile more.
Yeah. I'll throw this name out to you. It's not a Philadelphia Eagle quarterback, but was a great running quarterback. Steve Young.
Yes.
Love Steve Young. Steve
Young was great.
Nope.
I watched
he was
him
tough
when he
too.
was here.
He was tough as nails. I mean, he ran with his helmet off. He didn't care.
Yeah.
Going in the end zone limping.
Staubach was a scrambler.
Yep, Roger the Dodger.
Staubach, Roger the Dodger.
Dirty Sanchez says Dak needs to be more of a dual threat in the playoffs. Well, if you notice, Dirty, he does seem to step it up as far as running the ball when he gets to the playoffs, and he's smart. See, that's one thing I love about Dak. Dak knows he knows when he gets into the elimination games. It's just he just can't be superhuman like some other quarterbacks. I wish he was. I mean, for his sake, I wish he could, because he's done everything else that we've wanted him to do. What's up, Marcus? But win playoff games. And I know, well, it's a big listen, if it was that easy, and I mentioned this week, and it kind of got blown out of proportion, but my favorite quarterback of all time was Dan Marino. I met Dan Marino. My sister met Dan Marino in New York. He's such a sweetheart of a guy. I love Dan Marino. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. He's a Hall of Famer. He had a losing record in the playoffs. I mean, so what are we going to say? He sucks? It's a team game, people. But I know, I really don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but it is a team game, people. It takes everybody. And listen, if we're going to call it, and I'll let you go, Phil, but if we're going to say that Dak Prescott, it choked. Everybody choked last year. I don't think we can look at Dak and say that was your fault. He didn't help the situation. I would say in San Fran, I know Pollard got hurt, but that was a winnable game. And the San Fran game at home, that was a winnable game. But outside of that, I don't know that Dak's horrible. But again, that's the narrative. He has to overcome it. Go ahead, Phil.
No, I was gonna say I like your analogy there, because Dan Marino, man, it was great quarterback. Another quarterback that was not successful at all, and people were probably like bashing me for this one, but I was a big Carson Palmer fan. I really liked how he threw the ball, very accurate, could read
like
coverages.
Carson Palmer, correct.
A string of luck that would just go with it. It's just, there's some quarterbacks out there that great quarterbacks, but have not been successful. I mean, it's just. Unfortunately, you do have a couple of those.
Sometimes you need luck to be on your side, like the Tuck. Look, sometimes you need to get lucky to win a Super Bowl.
Montoya is in the house.
Look at Tom Brady. Look at Tom Brady.
Good to see you.
The Tuck rule. I mean, come on now.
Oh, they made rules for him. Shit.
Come on, Drew. Drew's here.
You got to play
Everybody,
good in all
let's
phases
welcome
of the
Drew.
game too.
Drew is here.
Sometimes you need a fumble.
Join,
you
baby.
need an
Get in the
interception.
chat.
You need a call.
We need some Drew in the house. Everybody's like, no, Drew, Drew.
I gotta get running, guys.
Hey, if you're
I gotta get going too. So I'll talk to you again later.
Yeah.
All right,
I have to.
All right, see you.
Take care.
Detroit.
West Virginia country boy. Where'd Larry go? Larry, where'd you go, buddy? Packers game, the entire team choked. I agree with you. I don't know how you can single any one person out. I don't know. I did get Tommy, I've been running, bro. I haven't had a chance to really look at my email, but I did see that it popped up. So I will get to it later, bro. Thank you so much. West Virginia country boy, you're in the hopper again. Thank you so much. So I guess I'll go on to the next. You guys can go wherever you want to go, but I wrote down a few things. NFL ticket. the lawsuit has went to the jury. I wanted to read something. I'll read it in a minute. But what do you guys think about that? Anybody?
I don't know what to think.
I don't know what to think about it.
I
either.
think
It's all
that the
money.
NFL ticket, you should be able to pay for a deal where you can only watch your team if you want to have that option.
Yeah, they need to have better options for
But you
stuff
know-
like that.
Yeah, but
For
Jerry's
people that can
fucking
afford their
answer to
own
that.
price plan.
Jerry's
Well, Jerry
answer
can
was,
suck it.
Well, Jerry's like, well, if Cincinnati's can get $75, we can get $300. Yeah, he's already looking at getting $300 for the right to watch Cowboys games. So it's going to be the same effing price anyway.
Well,
You better start
my
signing
answer
some
to that
players
is-
in.
Exactly. Get us some players, damn it.
Yeah,
Stop
exactly.
being
Be a
so
defensive
cheap.
tackle. Do something.
Maybe then
Quit
we'll
setting
invest more
yourself
in
up for
you.
failure.
Drew's
Ah.
coming with Drew's
Retire and
talking
get a
himself
GM.
in the
Trey Lance ain't gonna fill your
third
stadiums.
person.
Trey
What's up,
Lance,
Sledhead?
but
Where
I
did
agree.
prime
I'm better
time
off
go?
Cooper Rush on that one.
Prime time left.
I think he said he had to go.
Curtis says Danny White or Tony Romo both in their prime. That's a tough one. What do you think, Game?
What's that?
He said Danny White or Tony Romo both in their prime. Who's better?
I'll give me Danny White.
I'm leaning more towards Danny White because he's had more success.
Danny
than
White
Romo
made it
has.
to a championship game multiple times.
Yeah.
Tony
Oh,
was
three.
fumbling.
Make that three.
Tony Romo was fumbling snaps in Seattle when we had a win in the bag. I mean, and that was weird, but I would go Danny. I would definitely go Danny White. So that's just my opinion. Vinny would
Yeah,
go
go with
Romo.
Danny.
3 straight NFC championships.
Yep. Let me go. You hold up a sec.
Yeah, I like Romo. I really did. When I seen him come off the sideline, I was excited. But then once he started, I mean, I think that Seattle game haunted him. I mean, he should have never been in that game. I don't even know why they had him holding the ball when they kicked the field goal.
Yeah, usually it's the
I
punter.
can only
tight
imagine
end
if
or
we
something.
won that game, what would have been the outcome. But
I got Romo jerseys here.
I got
nice.
some.
Yeah, I got old school Romo there. I love me some Tony Romo.
I got Romo with Nandez.
And then I got like my favorite Romo is the Pro Bowl.
Pro
Romo.
Bowl.
That's badass right there. So, yeah, I rotate him in and out. I like to have winners behind me if at all possible. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I am being funny. I like to have winners. I like to have winners behind me. So that's why you see Troy. But got the meme machine. We got Ray Finkel. Right. You got Bobby Boucher. So, and then I got my rookie running backs on the other side. But
I don't want to pull out my wardrobe of jerseys, but I don't even wear them. I mean, I just buy one for me because I don't know what jerseys to buy anymore. Because every time we get one, somebody gets traded or,
Gotcha. Danny White was the punter too. Yeah, Marcus, he was a punter. That's what was like incredible about him. Yeah, he was like the Randall Cunningham of his time. Wait, Danny White gets credit for going to a championship game, but it's no fun watching one game. What's up, Mark? Look at Mark killing it. We're up to $96. So let me see here. Let me see. 54, 59. So we're almost at 2 drawings. So we're at 59. So we got
well, Julius Jones, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
you got $16 or 2 drawings
Notre Dame.
tonight.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Brian.
Yes, what's up, brother?
Name an NFL franchise that has been to back-to-back Super Bowls on 3 different occasions.
Oof. Back-to-back Super Bowls on 3 different occasions. So that would be a team.
Cowboy.
Buffalo.
No.
Yeah, Cowboys are the only franchise in Super Bowl era to go to back-to-back Super Bowls
Really?
3 times.
Oh yeah, that's
70,
no.
70,
Wait.
71, 77, 78, 92, 93.
Oh,
Yeah,
bang,
that's
bang.
right. That's right.
Nice.
Pittsburgh
Drew, that's
I was
gold
about to say the
standard.
Patriots.
If you're
Patriots
listening,
came
Drew,
close.
that's gold standard right there.
That's
Even though
Speaking of
they
Bills,
got more,
because
yeah,
of
they got more
4
Super Bowls.
times
The
to make
Patriots
it,
came close, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a good trivia question that I heard. I mean, Mark couldn't get it. You probably guys heard it already. In the AFC East, where did the Jets fall in career wins in the AFC East out of 4 teams?
Just a guess, third.
He ranks 5th. They
Really?
rank 5th.
Wow.
Because the Colts used to be in the AFC East, and the Colts still have more wins than the New York Jets.
In that amount of time. That's funny.
Isn't that funny?
Well, Arizona, they used to be in our division back in the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good question. I want to ask you
I
guys.
missed that.
You guys in the Zoom call. Do you want to see the division shakeup? I'm over.
Actually, yes.
I'm over it anymore. This NFC East thing, I'm over it, man. I'm over it.
For real, we should be in the NFC West because we're a West Coast
But
team.
I mean, do you want that? Do you love the Giants? To me, the Giants Dallas it's not what it used to be. It ain't.
I mean,
no
we'd
more
be in there with
Redskins.
San
I wanna hear
Fran, the
Thomas
Rams.
because Thomas is old school. Thomas, do you want
Arizona.
the NFC East to break up and go geologically, or just keep it?
If anything, I could see us going geologically. I could see the Cowboys
But is that
either
what you
end up.
want? Do you want
I'm,
that?
like I said, I'm old school. I'd rather for us to be in the East.
Yeah.
But if it was to happen, I would say either NFC West or NFC South.
I mean, there was a time where I would never ever want that, but I'm actually over that now. I'm actually okay with. Yeah, Ron Venters, I'm with you, brother. I mean, I'll get your question in a minute, Drew. I'm actually okay with it because, it's only a matter of time before there's going to be a team in London. You know that. They cannot help themselves. There's going to be a team in London.
Right.
So I'm actually okay with, listen, if it's going to help my team and it's going to help travel, I don't care. I mean, send me to the South, the West. I mean, look, wherever. I don't care. I think it probably should be what? Us, New England. I mean,
If they're gonna put an NFL team in England, they're gonna need to put one in Canada or Mexico too, maybe.
Mexico would be cool. But let me ask you.
You know what? That was what I was thinking. I was thinking one in London and probably one in Mexico City.
And if you're gonna expand, you need like multiple
I don't like
teams.
expansion.
What about this,
if
though?
you think about it, they used to have NFL Europe. I mean, that was a minor league, but
If they
did
did
have
something like that, if you managed to get 8 more teams because there's 8 divisions, and add a team to each division, then you'd be like it used to be. Except remember how we used to have the East, North, and then West, and then when they did the new format and went to 4 teams South, well, you'd have the same thing, but 5 teams in each division.
Right.
This crap of like that wild card playoff or even a division winner going like 5-11. Maybe that crap would stop because it would balance itself out more.
Right.
Because I think that's
Close
there's a lot
the
of teams that
border.
are like,
I'm with you, Glimmer, man.
there's
Shut
teams
that
that are like
shit
10
down.
and 7, and they missed the playoffs to a team that's 5-11 or 6-10, and there's just no season.
Ron, I don't know why the Cardinals were in the NFC East. That's just like I didn't know why Tampa Bay was in the NFC Central back in the day.
Yeah, I'm actually Dallas Texans, David Cowboy, Tennessee, Chicago. Yeah, I mean, so Thomas, what would the division look like? Where would we be, and who would be in our division? Just curious.
What division we're talking about?
And if Dallas were to leave the East, where would they go, and who would be in their division?
Well, sorry about that, man. I'm listening to you, and I'm caught up in this NBA draft.
Oh, okay, no.
Did LeBron James' son go?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I could see us being in the NFC
South or West? Probably South, right? South. It would be South.
I'd say South. I'd say South.
So who would be the 4 teams that would be in our division?
It would be us, the Saints, Tampa Bay, and Atlanta.
Nice. But then
What about Carolina?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing.
Carolina will be in the NFC East because they're on the eastern shoreline.
Oh, look
Well,
at
then you could put the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC East then, because they're on the East.
Yeah, it's just weird. It'd be interesting. It's interesting.
Southeast. They're in Florida. But I catch what you're saying though.
Yeah, interesting.
Unless you want to get the divisions back to 5 teams.
Yeah,
well, that's where I'm thinking it's going.
What?
Yeah, definitely, Chris.
You know what way? That's what I've been wanting. I've been wanting for us to get back to 5 teams in a division. That's what I've been wanting.
Dude, I miss watching us play against Arizona. I actually miss those NFC North games back when Tampa was playing with them.
Yeah.
A lot of good games, and when they changed it up, a lot of those rivalries that were on some other teams, kind of like dwindled a little bit, even though they play each other maybe a couple times.
Yeah, I mean,
like for a couple of years. I miss it.
I mean, what these cities deserve their NFL teams, I mean, they screwed over Cleveland, but then they brought them back. I think St. Louis, right? I mean, St. Louis deserves.
I think St. Louis needs a team.
Yeah, there are
Utah,
a lot,
That'd be nice.
Utah.
Yeah.
Mexico.
So you guys are good with going outside. See, to me, I don't want to go like that, but Mexico is close to Dallas. So I could see that, but I don't think that'll ever happen. I think they want to go London. I think that's where they want to go.
European.
Yeah, I think that's where they want to go. These owners
That's
are
the
rich
thing is
and
they're
greedy.
changing the NFL too much, like all the way across the board.
I don't want to do that.
I mean, hell, if you're going to add teams in Europe, you might as well add a European division.
Yeah.
Well, they had it with NFL Europe back in the day. But those are
definitely, brother.
You know what? They could do it like this: add 4 teams in Europe, and that division's like in the AFC, and then you add another division of 4 teams and make them like Mexico, Canada, and 2 other teams in North America, and put that in the NFC.
Yeah, like Buenos Aires or something.
Go with somebody like Montreal, or either Toronto or Vancouver.
Hell, you could probably have 2 NFL teams in Canada.
Yeah, you could probably have Calgary or something like that.
Yeah, Calgary. And like in Europe, I would say
the Stampeders.
London,
Germany, Italy.
There we go.
Germany and Italy.
Shots fired.
But also
somebody like Berlin, Madrid.
Spain.
Those fans over there, they get into it more than we do.
Shots fired, Hamid.
Have you ever watched those games and hear those fans over there when NFL teams play over there?
Oh yeah, man, they go nuts.
I think if they had a team in London, I think that whole country would get behind that team.
Well, it's like WWE. Whenever they go over somewhere else and perform, those fans go nuts. They love when we bring our stuff over there.
You could pay the team in pesos, but Jerry Jones is already doing that.
Hiring everybody that pesos.
I want to stay inside our nation. If you start the London shit, then we will have a Saudi Arabia team. Yeah, Glimmer Man, I do not want to go outside of the United States. There is too many cities that deserve a team now. Brad says, Brian, you should ask the panel who they would pick on your poll. Just an idea. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, if you haven't voted in the poll, I put up a poll. Who wins the 3rd wide receiver position? Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, or the rookie Ryan Flournoy? So they want to know what you guys think, or Brad does anyway. Me personally, I think it'll be Tolbert wins the job, but I think Jalen Brooks ultimately is the future next to CD. I think Jalen Brooks is a beast.
Yeah, it's kind of funny the fact that they thought Jalen Tolbert was going to replace Amari Cooper. Oh my God.
Yep, that's how they roll, Wade.
I swear, I remember Stephen Jones saying that.
Stephen Jones is a jackass. Sorry,
Yes.
but he is.
He don't know. He don't know anything.
Listening to Mark today, that's why I couldn't be on that show, because it was a little nicer today, but I would have ripped Dan Cilio about his boy Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones is a problem, people. Jerry ain't making any moves. It's Stephen
I
Jones.
said that in the chat quite a bit.
I think Stephen Jones enjoys being a villain. I really do. I think he loves to piss us off.
Well, here's the deal.
I do.
Me and Wade talked about it. You can have the best drafts in the world, but you need to supplement them with something else. And when you have a draft like you had last year, which sucked as of now, then it totally sets you back years. I'm not trying to be over dramatic, but that's kind of I mean, in my mind, that's kind of how it is. You put us in a position. I mean, Will McClay is in an untenable spot, man. He has to hit home runs every time he goes up to the plate, or they're screwed. That's how I think. Your opinions?
Yeah,
I mean,
last year's draft didn't help any.
You know, so if that's all we do, though, you can't do that. You don't have the
They
luxury.
They want Will McClay to do all the dirty work. So if something goes wrong, people will look at him. They don't want to get their hands dirty.
Yeah, Marcus Blackman said, I was always thought Gallup was Cooper's replacement. Listen, people, we're 15. I'm at 59, so 16. We're 17 away or 16 away from two drawings. So let's go. Let's get the super chats in.
Did y'all hear what Stephen Jones said? He was like, when you have to go to free agency, that means you failed somewhere in the draft. And then he said that when you pay players in free agency, when you pay a good player, you pay them like they're great. And it's like my whole argument to Stephen would be, okay, so go and get a great player and then pay him like he's great.
But here's my thing.
Yeah, because they always pass up on free agents.
Like,
they don't
get
do
good
nothing.
players, Stephen. Get great players that change the team.
Yeah, nobody's saying, though, they got to do all their shopping day one. Nobody's saying that. Last year, if you would have went out and got me a Bobby Wagner and a Derrick Henry, who wasn't going to cost you that much, even if you had him for the rest of the year, that surely would have helped you in that home playoff game against Green Bay. If you had Bobby Wagner, who wasn't, looked like a, I won't say it, but our linebackers were ass in that playoff game, and
Bobby Wagner never gets hurt. That's what you need.
That's all he does.
Linebacker that never gets hurt.
What do we do? Find people that get hurt.
There you go, staring the gravy. There you go, it's Twiz, staring the gravy. Best GM, he goes, Stephen Jones, best GM in the league. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Stephen Jones, best fish bait.
Yep.
Sorry, that's the way I feel about it. I like to throw them out on a fishing pole.
I honestly feel like we got to go through 3 more Dave Campo years, like 5 and 12, 3 years in a row, just so they can, change. I don't know what it's going to take for them to change. I really don't.
Or fix the stupidity they already caused.
Take a big step back.
Because it has to be something. They don't get messed up. Because you're going to, with 3 of your best players.
I mean, you saw what happened. You remember after Troy and all them left, we had the Dave Campo years and we were sucking.
Oh, look at David Cowboy getting the job done. Nice.
Bill Parcells came in. We started getting better. And then Jerry and them went in on free agency. You remember in 2007, they went in on free agency.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we picked up Terry Glenn, though.
Terry Glenn, they had
got a hit contract, too.
What's
they picked up
David
Leonard Davis.
You're the man,
they
bro.
had Terrell. They went all in on free agency in 06 and 07.
2 drawings tonight. 2 drawings. We are
That
at
Dez catch game, man. I swear that was the best team we had, though. I think we got robbed in that. Well, we did. They admitted it, but still.
But I hear what you're saying, but we still had to go.
Well, up to that point, they were undefeated on the road that year.
But we still had to stop them if we would have scored there.
The Marcus Ware and Company, I'll take that.
Dallas needs to trade for Howie Roseman. Drew, nice. Drew, you need to be a channel member so you and Wade can go at it. Wade's waiting for you in here. Wade's waiting for you. I will say, it was entertaining to a point. I just needed to get to my chat.
Hey, Brian, ask him the trivia question.
We are screwed with South Jersey in charge. Oh, Stephen Jones. I thought you were talking about South Jersey. Like, what the fuck did I do? West Virginia country boy. We start another one. We are at $2. starting again. Ask him what, Wade?
Ask him the trivia question I asked you.
You ask him. I'm right.
Yeah, Drew. What franchises in the Super Bowl era has been to back-to-back Super Bowls on 3 different occasions? Can you name that franchise, Drew?
Not,
Oh, not the Eagles. We know it wasn't the Eagles because they've never been to back-to-back Super Bowls. That's not gold standard.
Hey, Wade, he
know
said
who
in
it
the
is, but
comments,
I'm
he
not
said
gonna
you don't
say
want this
it.
smoke. That's
Well,
what Bruce said to you, Wade.
It's
That's not
$4.99
gold
a month.
standard right
Come on,
there,
bro.
Drew.
Get in
That's
here.
not gold standard.
When you get your channel, I'll be your channel subscriber. Get in. Let's go. Anyway, I don't. Wade doesn't want to smoke. Yeah, but what questions did you have, Drew? I'm sorry, I didn't see it, brother. Dallas, repeat it, Drew. Repeat it, please. Who cares what the history? Yeah, I know. We're having fun, Twiz. I don't know. It's a channel Zoom call. I appreciate everybody coming in here. It makes it fun.
Tell the Eagles come back when they actually go to back-to-back Super Bowls for one time in 60 years. How about that?
It'll be another 60.
All right, here we go. Wade, what
120
franchise
years
won the
at their
last
rate.
Super Bowl in the NFC and the NFC Championship in the NFC East? Oh, wait.
That's all you got, Drew?
It's the
That's all you got?
Eagles. Come on now. We know that. Here you go. Well, here you go. We're going to bow down just for about a minute, and then we're going to move on. Good job. Good job. Listen, Drew.
Somebody wants recognition.
Here's the deal.
Acknowledge me.
Oh,
Yeah, his
here we go.
franchise never been
tribal
to back-to-back Super Bowls one time.
Drew thinks
and
he's
we
Roman
gotta
Reigns.
bow down
Acknowledge
and
me.
acknowledge him.
Acknowledge me.
There you go.
Drew, what I'll say is I was happy after it was over. I didn't root for the Eagles at the Super Bowl, but once it was over, I was happy for a lot of my friends and some of my extended family. My sister knows. She swears she's not an Eagles fan, but I don't believe her. I think she married a diehard Eagle, and I think she's been turned. Like if she was a zombie, I mean, like if we were in the apocalypse, I think she would be a zombie. So, but I take her at her word that she's not an Eagle fan. But everybody, I was happy for a lot of people. I know a lot of people who
married to the family, Brian.
Yeah, that's right, Curtis. Rest in peace, Sika.
Yeah, it's
It's
right.
called-
Sika.
it's
Shout out to
called being married
Sika.
to the family.
But I mean, I was happy. There was a lot of older people that I know that passed away on my mail route that were diehard Eagles fans who had never, Drew, they never saw any Super Bowl. So I was happy. So when we get this visceral hate and you try and compare yourselves to the all-time, like one of the all-time great franchises like the Cowboys, then, we got to step
I'm just
up.
laughing at Hamid's comment.
And don't get me wrong, Brian.
He
When
caught
the
it.
Eagles won,
Fuck you, he caught it. Excuse my language.
when the Eagles won, I was happy for my sister because, all my brothers,
Oh God.
the teams that we cheer for have won a Super Bowl, except for her. And she was that
You got to purge his ass.
that was left out in the cold because she hadn't won a Lombardi yet. And I had to congratulate her. Unfortunately, I had to congratulate her.
Hey, Drew, you like that background? You like how them trophies look?
That's a beautiful picture.
I don't
Show me the
compare.
Eagles
I talk
background.
about what's happening now. Okay, only right now.
I like
mean,
that Iron Maiden one you come up with. Too.
Like right now, meaning last year, like the last 8 weeks of the season. We're talking that would be right now because that was the last thing we saw. The last thing we saw of the NFL was the Eagles flaming out in dramatic fashion. We had everybody fighting, so much so that Jason Kelsey and Fletcher Cox, who both had more years left in them, said, you know what? I'm out of this shit. I'm gone. I can't deal with these young-ass punks, basically. A.J. Owens, you're flipping out, going to AC while his team's in Tampa getting rolled up on. There we go. Philly D, I see that you finally figured it out. My guy, what's up, brother?
Hey, Drew, look at them scores on them trophies. We don't need to win by a Philly special. We beat down our people in the Super Bowl.
Philly. Oh God, it's all
Look at
fun,
the
people.
score
We're just
margins,
messy.
pal. Look at them scoring margins.
So what's going? Yeah.
I have to agree with Wade.
We don't need a Philly special to win, Drew.
Philly 500.
We don't need to win by a big play.
We're not against the Eagles. We have a green chili beat down.
I
We
want
beat the hell
Wade
out
to
of them.
come, but Wade said he would. I don't think Wade's gonna go. We're gonna be at the Eagle game. Me, prime time.
Man,
Ray-
I live here.
I
in
wouldn't go,
Dallas.
Wade.
I live here in Dallas. Of course, I'll go.
Oh, then you got to hang out with us. It's going to be me, Mark, Dan, Philly 500, prime time, and I know Randy's coming. I'm hoping we can get as many people. Mark's working on getting a block of seats, everybody. So just don't go buy your seats yet. Drew, come on, baby. Come to Big D.
I can get us a hookup on a hotel.
I already,
the Omni.
Yeah, the Omni Frisco.
I can get us a tailgate package. Nice tailgate package.
Well,
I'd like to go to that game.
Yeah, well, okay.
I've never
Chris
been
May,
to one, so I'd like that to
save
be
your
my
day-
first experience.
Yeah, like make like one less pizza a day, man. Put that money away.
Oh, hell,
gotta
I'll make
come
you
out.
guys pizza. I'll make you guys spaghetti.
There you go.
I'll make you whatever you want.
Mike
What I was
Sullivan,
saying,
2
game
games
time
in.
is there's the Bill Bates tailgate party, and if you stay at the Omni downtown, there's a shuttle bus.
Well, the Omni's in Frisco.
Well, there's 2, but I'm saying the one that shuttles you to the game is downtown.
Okay.
And if you go there, the shuttle, and it's a nice shuttle bus, it'll take you to the tailgate. They got the big tent.
Yeah, I got
That's
to.
why I seen
Well,
Charles
here's the
Hayden.
deal. Well, here's the deal. Mark's doing his own tailgate.
Okay.
Dak's uncle is. It's a long story, but I don't know what I could say and what I can't say. But Dak's uncle basically is going to be involved in you're hooking us up with the tailgate, so it's going to be catered. So we don't have to do a lot of stuff. But
Man, I have to look. Let me look on the calendar. When is
I
that?
can give you a ride if you need one. Game time.
Oh, that would be great, Wade, because me and Phil, we were thinking about Wade. We were thinking about going up. I already have the room, Loyal. I have a room on November 8th, November 9th, and November 10th already down in Arlington. But I was thinking about going up a day earlier and going to Frisco and staying at the Omni Frisco. Get some videos up, do a live stream,
Yeah, I live like 15 minutes from the Star.
Okay, so then you could hook us up with a ride from the Star to Arlington?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great, Wade. Dude, because I was looking at Ubers. I'm like, shit. Somebody told me $250 for an Uber. I'm like, the fuck is that about? That's crazy.
It'll probably be about $50.
That's not bad then. The link will change your life. 60,000 doing Eagles chants. Drew, I've been in the link many times. It's a great place, but I don't like the link because you can't move around, Drew. You're like locked in your spot. Now, I had never been to AT&T. Wade, you're saying the same thing, right? Are you able to move around like the old school Texas Stadium?
Oh, yes.
You are?
You can move around in there.
Yeah, you can move around, but it's just you're gonna be packed like sardines. I mean,
But I'll say this though:
Because I've been to Texas Stadium multiple times.
if you're gonna
What's
get
up,
some
David?
food at halftime, you better go when there's probably about 10 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, I don't need to. I don't eat during the game. I don't do that.
Because
But
it took me a whole quarter just to get back to my seat when I went and got some food at
yeah,
halftime.
when I go to Cowboys games, I don't drink.
yeah, because that means you got to get up and go to the bathroom, and then it's yeah. Well, I'll just let everybody know, and it'll be cool. They're working on getting a box or suite or something with a decent price. Supposedly, Dan's working on
Keep me
it.
posted.
So,
Well, if they get a suite, then you can drink all you want.
right.
Yeah,
And
keep me posted.
And we got our own bathroom, but we'll see how that works. There's a lot of talks being done, but I do know that we're gonna have some sort of tailgate. But yeah, Wade, do me a favor, email me at a game time. I'll take Phil's channel down. He's been up for a while. I'll put my email up. Just email me your contact info, and then I'll give you mine, and we can go from there. That would be great, especially if you're going to the game and I get a block, and we get even if we get a block of 50 seats in a section or something like that, we're gonna get a discount. So that'll be cool, and we could just pick me and Phil up on the way to the game or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So that'll be cool. Thank you. But anyway, we'll get to Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk had a meeting. So go ahead and talk about Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk had a meeting, Thomas, or whoever wants to talk about it, with the Niners, and it went well, but there was no contract. What do you think that was all about?
I don't, you know, I was thinking that, you know, before it all happened, I was thinking, well, he's going to go to San Francisco. They could have this meeting. They could sign the dotted line. And, you know, I'm checking on the Bleacher Report and see what came about of this meeting, and nothing. Nothing.
I take it as
I know about it too.
Yeah, I take it as they're not giving him a deal. He's making $14 million this year. We'll talk after the season. Shut your mouth. That's kind of how I took it. They can't afford to give him any money right now. They can't. They got to sign Brock Purdy. They have to. So, you know, that's basically where that. I got to do a couple drawings, and then we got to get out of here. We'll try and get out of here in an hour and a half. So it's been a lively a chat. Did you want to do the drawing, dear? Yeah, I mean, let's make it a good one this time. I'm joking.
Don't let it be Hamid.
Anybody wants a hat, too, hit me up on Game
It'll
Time
probably be
Brian.
Hamid.
I got 4 hats. I got the royal blue. I got the silver. I got the navy. And I got our Eagles subscribers. That is Kelly Green, by the way. It just doesn't look like Kelly Green. So anyway, but we're going to hide that one and leave the Dallas ones out front. So if anybody wants one, hit me up. They're stitched hats. All right. The wife is flipping the wheel here. She's going to draw me 2 names. We got Brad getting the Dak plaque already, so that one's going to go out. Yeah. You swish it around. It's a blank. It's a blank. I don't know why there was a blank in there.
Congratulations, Blake. No.
Blank won. Philly D. Philly D is a winner. Philly D, a channel member, so I could appreciate that. Philly D is one winner. And we're going to pick another one. I know what he's going to want. He's going to want an Eagle green hat. Philly D. There you go, my man. You won. Arturo Gomez. Number 2,
Congratulations,
baby.
guys.
Philly D and Arturo Gomez is the winners. So let me know what you want, Philly D. I know you want an Eagle hat, so I'm going to write that down right now. If you want a Dallas hat, I'm going to have some serious issues with you, my man. Philly D, Eagle hat. Unless you want the Charles Haley thing, but I doubt it.
Hey, Philly D, I could throw this rally in there with you too. And send it to you.
Arturo, are you still in here? Philly D, I got my email up there. Email me your address, bro, and I'll get it out. Thank you. All right. Yeah, send me the email and what color hat you want, bro. Mark Holmes, we're finishing up. Thank you for stopping by. How are you, Mark? Mark with the check mark. Mark, I saw Joey Cannoli, which we know who that is. And he goes, how do you always say it's... This is how much of a dumbass he is. I said, Joey, because like during Mark, I was walking, sweating on my ass off. What do you call it? It was Joey Cannoli was ripping Mark. I said, hey, Joey Cannoli, a.k.a. FJ. He goes, you always think I'm FJ. I'm like, you just dimed yourself out, dumbass. We know you're FJ. So anyway, Joey Cannoli is Frank Joseph, if anybody knows. Or we like to call him Stan. I know you're busy big-wigging it. I know. You don't have time for us little guys anymore. But Arturo Gomez, I'm sorry, I'm writing it down. Yeah, email me. All right, everybody, I want to go around the horn. We got Thomas. Let's start with Thomas. Go to Chris, Wade, and then Loyal. Give me your final comments on what you're looking forward to in the coming weeks going into the season, or whatever you want to talk about. I would think about training camp, but whatever.
Well, I just hope that we get at least a contract signed before we get to Arsenal. And, I just hope that, everything, just hope nothing crazy don't happen because, we're the kings of effing up somewhere.
Mhm.
And, I just hope that we can get in the training camp. Nothing, like I say, nothing crazy don't happen. And I'm expecting a surprise from some, out of a rookie or a free agent from somebody, and we, every year around this time leading up to training camp, we always have that one rookie that just pop out of nowhere. And I don't know who it is. I can't tell you who it is because nothing hasn't popped off yet. And, I'm just hoping that, we just come out of this with a bang,
Yeah, I'm with you. I really am. Less is more with me. Let's just get work done, and let's try and stay away from the ACLs this year. Chris May, what are you looking forward to going into the season or the training camp or whatever, or your next pizza? I mean, what are you looking forward to?
Really, I like to see if we will pick up anybody to compensate for what we have now.
D tackle, maybe
a defensive tackle, and I'd
Yeah.
like to see something done with Gilly because, like Mark was talking earlier about that, I think it's very important at this stage to get Diggs back on the field, but you need to do it in a way that's going to be successful for you and the team. And not put because we've already seen it with Gallup. We don't need another, foobar in that way. And Connolly, I hear he looks good. But
Yeah.
I rather have that veteran presence there, that leadership there. So that's what I'm looking forward to is to see, are we actually going to do something? And I'm interested to see what Juggernaut does. So
yeah, Wade, what are you thinking, bro? I mean, what are you thinking about? What are you looking forward to?
Defensive line and
Anything?
linebacker.
Yeah, that's about it, right?
Defensive line and linebackers. That's what I'm worried about this year.
Thanks, Elena. And Loyal, my guy, thanks for being a Mailheads crew. I appreciate you, my man.
No worries.
We gotta
I want to
start
see our
doing
new
some more
toys.
wrestling, bro. I was working on I still haven't seen Clash of the Castle. The Clash of the Castle. I haven't seen it yet. I gotta watch it. But anyway,
You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
I want to see our new toys. I want to see what they're about. And we're gonna find out real fast. See if we have any jewels or anything like that. I mean, we got a few that we think are going to be good, but I want to see them. I want to see how they are.
Yeah, I agree. My main thing, Cowboys champs. Question for everyone: what position is the weakest on the team? Nice. Thanks for stopping by, Cowboys champs. I'd like to see new names. The weakest on the team. Go ahead.
Running back.
Yes, that's what I wanted to talk about. We have all these names, and in recent years, we've only kept 2 or 3. And then we would re-sign them back on the practice squad. This year, we have so many names: Snoop Connor, Deuce Vaughn, Zeke Elliott, Royce Freeman, Rico Dowdle, Malik Davis, and I know I'm missing. Nathaniel Pete. We have like 6 or 7 running backs. They ain't all going to make the team. So that'll be interesting to watch. And of course, Brad and David, defensive tackle. We need to figure out what's going on with defensive tackle. So, but anyway, all right, everybody. Thank you so much. We're coming up on an hour and a half. It was a great Zoom Wednesday. I'm hoping we can do this every week where we get this much. I do have Louis T coming on in a couple of weeks to talk Commanders, so that'll be fun. But all right, everybody, thank you so much. Everybody that won, we got Arturo and Philly. Email me your address and what you want, and I'll get that out to you hopefully by tomorrow. Brad, you're getting the plaque, my man. I got to see if I have a box because it's a little heavy. But all right, everybody. With that being said, I've been getting a lot of flack by Eagles fans saying I shouldn't be talking Eagles. I don't know. I'm about as fair as they come. And I'm not leaving. All right. So, in the immortal words of my buddy, I ain't leaving. Peace out.
You know what? I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
I like it. I like Wade.
I'm not fucking leaving.
Hey man.
What?
I'm cool. This is me. We're gonna jump on that spaceship and get out of here.
Anytime.
No judgment. Shoot.
To smash that subscribe button. You know what? I'm gonna give it. On his outro. I'll give it 4 out of 5 avocados. Korg.
Loyal.
By avocados.
Oh my God! Just kill me now.
I'll be up your way in September, dude. I'm going to the game up in Cleveland.
You going?
We know each other.
Oh, I would link up, man. I'm gonna be there.
Mute up. I'm doing my outro.
Man, it's gonna be
So, and that is why we need a triumphant video. You guys led us to this. Thank you.